When I still a kid, I did not fully understand the level of hard time many youth were passing through. Then, when I saw young men and women growing in their clean car, I felt happy and I thought it was very easy for them before they established such achievement. As I growing, I began to find the reality about the life we are living. Hi and hello to everyone, especially our Sir Nafis Aiman to give such opportunity to voice out about youth empowerment in Malaysia. Today, our team will discuss youth empowerment for a better Malaysia. And empowerment youth stand the chance of succeeding in this society, unlike those who lack such opportunity. Empowerment can be carried out by self or sponsored, be it sponsored or self-empowerment. Support is very important as it beautifies the youth and their countries at large. Young people are the backbone of a society and their participation in all aspects of society are very important. Next, youth empowerment is the future of a country. Empowering youth is defined in the study as creating and supporting the enabling condition under which young people can act on their own behalf and on their own term rather than the direction of others. Empowerment can help youth to understand the importance of education that lead to society improvement of the country. When youth is empowered, he understands the importance of education and help uplift the sector integral for developing our nation. Youth empowerment is a process where children and young people are encouraged them to take charge their lives. Each and every country depend on the youth as the youth are desire of the country or the religion's future. Even though being the future of a country, the youth are still facing some unwanted issue. Therefore, it is imperative to address the concern of the youth well-being.
Today, I would like to talk about worsening trend over the years. Statistically, Malaysia's total employment rate has remained steadily since 2000. However, the youth employment rate has been creeping higher from 9.9% in 2017. It has now reached a record high of 10.8% in 2017. Delving deeper into this, there is a pressing concern on the sharp rise in graduates' employment with 9.6% or around 204,000 graduates being employed in 2017. When compared to 2012, the figure has lowered at 8.8% or around 163,000 graduates. With globalization followed by urbanization and most recently digitalization, Malaysia may have to step up its effort to move up the value chain towards a knowledge-based driven workforce by increasing the shape of high-skilled jobs in tandem with efforts to transform Malaysia into a high-income and developed nation within the next few years. This shows that our country is flooded with employment students, which are mostly fresh graduates. Each graduate attended an interview and always fails as even they qualify for each of the qualification requirements. They still are failed through reasons of low skills, low working experience and high wage expectation. This is most of the reason an employment graduates receive in an interview, which leads to continuously raising graduates' employment. Thank you.
The next issue we are going to talk about is causes of rising graduate unemployment. Rising graduate unemployment can be defined as an increased amount of alumni joblessness. There are few causes of rising graduates unemployment which gives a big impact or effect. to the graduates. The first cause is graduates demanding high wages. Most of the graduates who leave for a new experience in industrial area, the first and the most important thing they demand for are wages, which means without any experience throughout their life or proper experience, they still demand for a high wage, which means there is a low and a very small chance of getting a job. The next cause is being active job seekers. Although after getting a good job, graduates still seek for a better job. So this means it gives them a kind of impact in this rising wages unemployment. The third cause is lack of opportunities within low-income regions. There are some regions which have just a small or a short income of places, industrial areas throughout the area. Last but not least, graduates' unemployment are mainly influenced by three main factors. First, socio-economic background of the families. This means these socio-economies affects the background of the family for each and every graduate. Second, economic development in certain states. Not every state are really good in their economical development side. So this gives an impact to the graduates too. Next, social standing of the graduates, which means these are the effects which cause the rising graduate unemployment.
Now I'm going to explain about the mismatch of graduates' skill competency and the employees' demand. In socio-economic mobilities plays an important role that in promoting economic growth and reducing income inequalities. That says a key driver toward achieving high economic mobility is to able successfully develop human capital primarily through the provision of equality and relevant education. According to the research conducted by Khazanah National Berhad, it has encouraged to find that around 62% of the Malaysian children attain better education than their parents. However, the rapid expansion of both private and public institutions of higher learning are producing mass number of graduates without the required working skill set. For example, employers. The mismatch of in-graduate skills coupled by the unaccommodating structures of labour market contribute to the challenge to hire more recent graduates. In comparison, graduates of overseas universities are preferred over the local graduates in view of high communication skills as well as a problem-solving abilities. It was found that employers pay a heavier emphasis towards soft skills in comparison to hard skills. Therefore, it's also an urgent need to reform Malaysia education system in terms of its criticism in developing human capital. The system also should focus on development of soft skills in every graduate. There appears to be an urgent need to reform Malaysia education system. It's in terms of its criticism developing human capital while stressing the needs of good academic achievement. The system should be also have to develop every kind of graduates. The content collaboration between higher education institutions and industry players could be helped in identifying and matching graduate skills with the need of the industries.
Okay, my point is over-dependence on foreign labor is a large contributor. To achieve a high-income status, a nation needs a dramatic shift from shift labor from outside of our nation via in labor market via a reduction of its dependence on skilled and semi-skilled workers based on their field. And then the reality is that the shift of a work in progress. This is mainly due to the fact that some employers show reluctance when it's adapting to change. Okay, as they have easy access to large supply of foreign workers. Third, according to a recent labor market, every 100 job vacancies advertised, only 13 vacancies are high skilled and medium skilled roles. And then where is the low skill, low scores? Okay, this is a question. It is evident a large number of cheap foreign workers is economy has adverse effect in terms of job creation for local graduates. For example, the contract, the civil engineering contract where the cheap workers were shipped from another nation to work in a construction sites. Okay, the rapid extension of tertiary education is not allowed through with adequate employment opportunities. For example, the graduate students from the local universities or the public universities in our nation cannot work cannot get that type of work because of the rapid expansion of the foreign workers. And then in addition, the lack of industry training for the graduates in the final year of education further exacerbate the problem. Finally, the problem as manifest into the inability to retain domestic talents as the overall migration of semi-skilled and skilled workers to neighboring countries such as Singapore to Malaysia, Malaysia to Singapore, and then Thailand to Malaysia. Thank you.
For example, I've joined a program bearing the theme Raising Leader for Tomorrow. This camp raised moral and innovative leader through empowering we as youth with social leadership. Through this camp, we not only discover more about ourselves but also about others, which is the first step toward cultivating a peaceful environment and become a moral leader.
Hi, my name is DINESWARAN NADARAJAN. From above, we can conclude the rapid changes in the technological advancements, effective policies aimed of relieving the expectation of the education systems nowadays, and the labor market also are needed to reduce the persistence of issues of the skill mismatches in our country. Therefore, I give some improvement which will require a substantial amount of human capital investment to ensure that the bedrock of the human capital development and the labor market goes through a significant changes to transform its level of quality. It will help for our country by in the economical field and also to the graduated students, which is nowadays they are become jobless. In my personal opinion, youths, which are the young generation of our country, should be together and strive for a better future by making our voice despite the young age. Because nowadays our youngsters, many of them graduated, they have educative persons, so they can give their suggestion to our government how to improve our economical field. By example, the student can, the youngsters can use their email. They can make a blueprint to send to our ministers to improve our country in the economical field. It is really helpful for the future generation. Nothing is too late or too early. As long as our intention are good for all, it will help for our country and our peoples. In Malay, there is a proverb, kecil-kecil cili api, which means spicy enough for anyone to get a bite, one regardless of who you may be. Then that's all.